My name's Jamie and I'm a roofer. So I did my own work experience roofing. So I've done a couple of weeks and I enjoyed it then, so I thought I'll go. And then I hit the summer, that was in the summer, and I had to experience roofing in the winter when I did leave school. And that was difficult, it wasn't fun, but you get through that and you learn to deal with it rather than being in a warm school classroom all year round. So I left school at 16. I went straight into roofing the day after my last exam. It was a crazy jump. Maybe could have gone to college. I went straight in, learnt on the job, and it was good fun. It was in the family business, so I thought I would give it a go, and I'm still there. When I first started, there was a lot of labour, a lot of carrying things up and down a ladder, but gradually you learn each day, step by step. You learn something new and then you build up so you know the whole lot. Saturdays were optional. Monday to Friday was a definite, and then Saturday, depending on how you feel, if you want the extra money, you could go. To learn the skills, it was more as and when I was needed. When I'd done the labouring work, then I could then get onto something more technical and learn the trade. But until the labouring and the hard work was done, you couldn't learn. So it depended on the day, but sometimes you may do a morning's worth of labouring, and then in the afternoon you can be on the tools and start learning. You'd stand there and sort of labour for the roofer, and then he'll ask you for certain tools or certain products, and you would just pass them to him to save him moving about on the roof. And then slowly you pick up just by watching what they're doing, and then you can obviously ask questions as you're going along, what certain tools are for and what products are going where and why. Sometimes it's shouted at you, and if you pass the wrong thing, maybe something might get thrown back at you. Maths and English obviously come in quite handy for running your business and working out all the measurements for the roof. And then business studies was something I chose to do, which has helped to an extent. I think it could have been a bit more helpful, maybe if I listened a bit more carefully. I probably thought that from day one. No, maybe after a year or so, I started getting confident with what I was doing and remembering how to start the job and how to get to the end of the job as well. So yeah, about a year, I would have said. Eventually, after time, I sort of started being able to do a roof from start to finish, working for my brother. And then when I'd learnt, I worked for a few years under his belt, and then it was sort of time to try it on my own. I was asked for private work on the weekends. People would ask me to do little repairs, and family, friends would ask you to do stuff. And all of a sudden you got enough work to sort of go off on your own and start up. So now I have to go out and meet clients. I have to go and look at the jobs, work out what would be needed to do to finish the job, if there's a repair work, see what's wrong with the roof. Then there's a lot of paperwork. You've got the quotes to do, you've got the invoicing, and then emailing, dealing with the suppliers, making sure your prices are right and you get your estimates, and so they're all ready for the quote. There's no qualifications needed, but there is roofing colleges where they do certain things. You could go on a lead course to learn lead welding, which is a skilled trade, and you can definitely charge more money if you have that under your belt. I think there's a few different colleges around the country. There's not very many, it's a very limited sort of thing, or you can have different products. They can come to you and you can learn how to use different roofing materials, and they teach you on site on your jobs. Skills, definitely you need to be hands-on. I think you've got to be able to take some banter. Definitely a lot of pressure in the job. Sometimes if the weather's going to change and you've got an open roof, you have to go quick, which means the boss may lose his rag and want to get things done quick. So you have to go with it. It's always changing. The momentum, some days can be slow and easy, other days could be very intense. Talking and communicating to people, and obviously trying to bring yourself across as polite and trying to win yourself the job, because you're responsible for your business, so you want to make it look as good as possible and come across as a decent person. A typical work day, we would start probably 7:30. Depending on the area, some places you can't start work till 8 o'clock. So it all depends. And then finish could be anywhere. In the winter, it's definitely 4:30 because of the light. But in the summer months, if you wanted to carry on working, then you could, depending on the job. If it was close to being finished, then you'd probably stay extra just to get it finished, and then you can go on to a new job the next day. So we'll get a phone call asking to come and look at maybe an extension. So you may look at the drawings, or you may go to look at an existing house that needs the whole roof doing. Depending on their problem, maybe it's just a small repair. So you'll go and arrange a time to go and visit the job, and then go from there. Then after that, you give them a price, and if it's all agreed, then you can go ahead and do the work. It's got to be getting paid. Or in the summer months, it's really enjoyable. When the weather's like it is today, it's really fun. Out of everyone's way, just you and the birds and some aeroplanes. It's good fun, that's for sure. You've got to be outdoorsy. Sometimes the winter months aren't so enjoyable because it can be cold, can be wet, and you have to try and work through all those conditions. So it can be tough, but the summer months are worth it, I would say. The most challenging thing about my job is maybe just organising. When you get repair jobs, it's very difficult to arrange with the customer if they're going to be in, because maybe the job will only take 20 minutes to an hour. So in one day you may do 20 different jobs, and you've got to try and schedule all this in, and it's tough work. So it's nice when those days don't come about so often, but the money is good in repair work. But like I say, it's nicer to have a job that will last for a week, like a new build or a re-roof. They make your life easier because you haven't got to worry about getting people to certain jobs. I'm just learning about trying to control people and how to manage people in the right way, because different people want to be spoken to in different ways. So that's been a challenge for me to learn, try and weigh up how they want to be spoken to. Some people want to be spoken to hard and firm. Other people you have to be gentle with and give them the push they need. So yeah, that was a challenge for me. So you would start off by labouring, and then once you've learnt, you will become like a roofer, and you probably have someone work and labour for you. And then once you've done that, you've got the option to stay with the company, or you could go and start up on your own. So the choice will be yours. I think with the experience, it's all about how quick you learn. You could learn within a matter of months and be able to do the whole lot. And if you're a slow learner, maybe it will take you a bit longer. And after a year or two, you may start doing it. And it also depends how intense the labouring is, how busy the firm that you work for. If they're really busy then you might be learning and having to get on the tools and do more productive stuff rather than the labour side of things. So you could learn, I guess, many variables of how quick you can make it. But if you apply yourself, I think you can get there pretty quick. Quite often just get phone calls and it's all word of mouth. I don't do any advertising. It's people just pass my number on, you do a good job and it gets passed on. Plus lots from like family members and friends. It's handy to know a roofer, so yeah, your number gets thrown about that way. Sometimes by email, but I don't push on the website, but I know companies do that. Yeah, we get approached mainly by phone. Yeah, so sometimes if you're on a new build, there's certain regulations you have to follow and certain materials you have to use, which will usually be on the plans if it's a new build, and it'll tell you exactly how you need it done. But sometimes you'll get a check with like building control will come out and you can converse with them as to what they want and how it needs to be done. In all honesty, I should have gone to college for maybe carpentry, which is a passion of mine, and then learnt that, got the free education on that, and then I could have gone and tried out roofing at a later date because the two jobs sort of combine, and the carpentry would help with roofing and the roofing would help with carpentry. So maybe I'd have said to go through the college course with the carpentry, or even general building would have helped. And then now I'm at a stage where I feel like I want to do more because the roofing is just the roofing. So now I feel like if I made use of the free education, I could be a little bit better than where I am now. Yeah, we use a lot of carpentry skills in roofing, so different days, not every day you'd use it, but other days you will definitely be using carpentry skills, which comes in really handy. And if I'd gone to college for that, it would have helped me excel in the roofing, and I should have probably gone to the college first and then tried the roofing, but I wanted to get into full-time work as soon as possible because school wasn't for me. I think whatever you do, just put 100% into it and hopefully try and find a passion. I was lucky that I enjoy my job and I do feel passionate about it. When I step back and I look at the job, it's a great rewarding feeling. So yeah, I think just focus and give it your all and you should be happy.